Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to share a story from 3 years ago when I went on my trip to Jordan. Now Jordan is such an amazing place. It's full of so many surprises, such amazing nature. But this one part of the trip in particular really stuck with me and I wanted to share it with you. The reason why I went on this trip was because it was first time traveling with my brother, first of all, and my mom told us that Jordan was super beautiful based on pictures she had seen, so she said go over there and make some videos. And my brother's motto in life was everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So I decided, okay, let's just do this thing unplanned and let's see where it takes us. Jordan is probably most famous for Petra, which is a very ancient city that was on the trade route of the Silk Road. And the people who live there were able to carve really beautiful monuments into the mountains. It's super unique. So just to be a little more adventurous with our new friends from Algeria, we decided to enter Petra from the back entrance, which is about a 2-hour hike in the desert. So we're walking all alone all this way, and then all of a sudden a car with some tourists drive past us. And I'm like, really? We just walked all this and you're just gonna take a car? But anyways, we end up to the back part of Petra where there's some really nice stairs carved into some beautiful mountains here. And this is where we meet the man who would change our entire trip. Salem was like one of 2 vendors on this back route to Petra that no one really visits, right? He was selling trinkets and tea. And what struck me was that he wasn't even pushy at all. He just had such a pure vibe to him. So I decided to ask him what message he had for the world.
Come to Jordan, to visit monastery, nice place, nice area, nice country, very friendly people. And found Salem in the way. They can sit and take a cup of tea, coffee, and they loving, and then that's all what they say.
Yes, we love coffee and tea.
Yeah.
We end up on the topic of food and we find out that Salem knows how to cook. So we decided that after we finished our visit of Petra for the day, that we would go over to his house to try his food. So for dinner, we were served mensef, which is pretty much stewed lamb with rice and bread with a lot of herbs. And then you have this really like buttery, creamy yogurt sauce that you pour over it. And you eat everything with your hands.
By hand? Like this. Huh?
Yeah.
You can make it bigger, you can make it small, up to you. Huh?
Okay.
Like this, huh?
Everyone is finished now, except for Tim going ham. Colors.
We were so impressed with Salem's hospitality and the food and the abundance of it. And so we decided that we would do another activity with Salem the following night. The following day we had scheduled camping with Salem, so after we finished touring Petra, we got into a rental car and followed him into the desert.
Arabic?
Yeah.
شوية?
سالم أبو قاسم
Yeah.
هسه 5 دقايق.
He's coming here. Okay. ما في مشكلة.
أنا ما بحكي إنجليزي أجنبي.
Okay.
Salem eventually shows up after like 15 minutes in a really cool Jeep with all of the camping and cooking gear.
Hey!
One of our first tasks was to go get firewood, and I was really interested because when you're in the desert, like there's not many trees for firewood. So it's really cool to see how people adapt in the desert in harsh conditions. What I learned was that everything that lives in the desert is tough as heck, only use dead trees, and only take what you need. Luckily, the man came away with a plentiful amount of wood that would cover us for the entire night. With the firewood in place, now it was time to set up our sleeping arrangements. Combien de français make tent? واحد اثنين ثلاثة
واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة خمسة.
Hand poles are very problematic and they have to tape everything together.
1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2, 3. Vive l'Algérie.
She's French.
I'm medicine.
Oh!
No, it's okay. I have to cut my finger.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
So while we were struggling to set up the tents, the wife of Salem was starting to cook, and this time they were going to cook a dish called makluba, which means upside down. انت عارفة تباخ كباب؟ صح؟ بطبخ. Oh. Whenever you hang out with Bedouins, they always offer you Bedouin tea, which is black tea with hella sugar. It's like the Red Bull of the desert. But it's so good, it's so refreshing, especially in the hot desert. Sometimes you get the like fresh mint with it, it's so good. My brother loved Bedouin tea so much that he actually became an honorary Bedouin on that trip, earning the name Mahmoud, or the praiseworthy. Shabshay! Kol yom! Makluba is a layered dish with chicken, veggies, and rice, and when you serve it, you have to flip it upside down. The first part is cooking a really good chicken and preserving the broth. Then you take your cooked veggies and put it as the second layer. The final layer is rice, and then you take the preserved stew and you put it all over it. Then you cover it.
Smells good. That's why I don't know.
While we were waiting for the last part of the makluba to cook, we sat around and helped them prepare the salad. And then Salem shared a piece of wisdom that I will never ever forget.
Man without wife, like a kitchen without knife.
Salem, have you heard happy wife, happy life?
Happy wife, happy life.
Is this true, Salem?
Happy wife, happy life. Happy wife, happy life.
غطي الليمونة في عيني.
I really want to eat and it looks very, very good.
Yes, I'm very hungry.
I am very hungry, yes. But the cooking is amazing, yes.
Finally, after a long day of hiking through Petra and then coming to this camp and setting up, saliva teeming at our mouths, then it was time for the big moment. It was such an experience because we spent so much time and energy to create this dish, and then there's one moment where you only have one shot to get it right. Whoa!
She loved me because I have a bad English.
No. Really?
No, this is green. Okay.
Tender.
Abu Mahmoud. How is the taste? Good?
So good.
Well, I am cold. What a hell. Okay.
Make a grown man cry with this.
What do you think? I'm just happy that it's so plentiful and so delicious
وين هو الليمون؟
in the middle of the desert
هذه قشرة هذا
with some
الليمون.
new friends.
Stars. The moon is out. Nobody around. No lights around. Very peaceful.
And of course, because we're with Salem, the party doesn't stop.
About what?
There was still cantaloupe and yogurt.
What? English. You just can't turn up.
After such an eventful day, after we ate our hearts out, we didn't even use the tents. But the weather was perfect. It was so nice to just sleep out under the stars. The following morning we woke up pretty early with the sunrise. We did some yoga, unpacked the tents, and then we had one final meal. We had homemade bread with yogurt and cheese, and cantaloupe. After we couldn't eat anymore, it was time to part ways. What would you like to say to all of the people in the world?
I says we have a good life for all the people at the world, and we don't like any war at any country. We want peace and we want good life, no fighting, no killing, nothing. We just a life good. And we says for anyone from different country in the world, you welcome at the Jordan. We are as hospitality people.
Thank you. My takeaway is this. People will always be sent into your path, and some of them are there to teach you a lesson. What I learned is no matter who you are, where you will always have a chance to bless someone with a beautiful, lifelong memory. For me, my lasting impression of Salem was a good man, and I strive to treat others as good as he did, without expectations.
Send your country or to me in Jordan.
Okay.
But anyone who wants to come to me, he must bring the tent. Yes. Because we go in the desert like this, you must have a tent. Yeah.
Bring a tent. Visit Salem.
Good.
Have a good time.
You too.
Thank you.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you next year.
Bye-bye.
Bye! I really appreciate it if you made it this far. Thank you for watching. Unfortunately, I lost Salem's number. It's been like over 3 years now. But if you ever visit Petra from the back, look for Salem.